Richard Sherman one-on-one is just not going to run with him. They've had, here's Kelsey. This is their biggest target down here in the red zone. He's working against Richard Sherman. Mahomes throws, pass, caught, Williams, touchdown! Kansas City jumps on top. Well, they'll look at it every possible.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of the Sweet Searchy Podcast. We have crowned a Super Bowl champion, and that little clip right there was the go-ahead score that put the Chiefs ahead, and then they eventually got the ball back and did a running play and scored again to make it 31-20 as the Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions as they beat the San Francisco 49ers. The game was really, really, really good. At halftime, it was 10-10, and then third quarter picked up. 49ers came out. In that third quarter, it looked like they wanted to take it until the fourth quarter. They were up 10 points, and then what did I say? I said in the last episode, if the Niners are going to win this game, if they're up, you've got to go for the kill. What happened? They did not do it. It happened. Kyle Shanahan did it again in the Super Bowl where he just can't pull the trigger and go with the big plays. They had an opportunity to take the lead. The big play, Garoppolo had Emmanuel Sanders way down. He was so wide open and just overthrew him. Give credit to the Chiefs defense for stopping the run. So Kansas City is now your Super Bowl champions. And one fact is Kansas City, the Denver Broncos still got one up on you. And you may be 53, you may be Super Bowl champs, but we are the 50th Super Bowl champions, and they can't take it away, so you can't argue about that. Anyways, now, like I said, my prediction, I had the Chiefs win. They won. Now, hopefully they pay Patrick Mahomes a lot of money where they can't bring back some other players like Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Chris Jones, where they and then they can go back to be where they'll be average again. So, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm hoping that. So let's go with recap. So the recap here is Patrick Mahomes threw for 26. He was 26 of 42 attempts, 286 yards. He had two touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Damian Williams had 104 yards. 17 attempts. Patrick Mahomes had 9 receptions, Patrick Mahomes ran for 9 attempts, 29. Travis Kelce ran, but that's one. For passing yards, for receivings, we had Tyreek Hill, 9 receptions. He had the big play. The San Francisco 49ers let Tyreek Hill get loose, and that was 3rd and 15. He had 9 receptions for 105. Travis Kelce had 6 receptions for 43 yards. Sammy Watkins had 5 yards for 98. Damian Williams had the go-ahead touchdown he had 4 receptions, 29 yards. Blake Bell, 1 catch for 9 yards, and Hartman, 1 catch for 2. Defense, we really don't talk about defense. Terrell Suggs gets another ring. Congratulations to him. So he gets another ring with the Chiefs. So he's got 2 rings now, one from the Ravens and one from now with the Kansas City. Tyrann Mathieu finally gets his ring, so there you go, buddy. Now let the Chiefs die off. For the Niners, Jimmy Garoppolo, 20 out of 30 attempts, 1 TD, 2 picks. He had 219 yards. They're rushing Raheem Mostert, 12 attempts, 56 yards. Tevin Coleman, 5 receptions, 28. Debo Samuel, 3 for 53. Jimmy Garoppolo had only two attempts for 2 yards. Receiving, Debo Samuel, 5 yards for 39. George Kittle, that's one thing. They didn't really use George Kittle as much. I mean, the big tight end did not get him involved and made big plays with him because he's a game wrecker. He's a game changer, but did not get him involved more. Kyle Zuchek, 3 catches for 39 on TD. Emmanuel Sanders, again, you did not use Emmanuel Sanders for another big plays. He had 3 yards and 38. Kendrick Bourne, 2 yards, 42. Jeffrey Wilson Jr., 1 reception. Tevin Coleman, 1 reception for 3 yards. So, yeah. Breaking it down, time of possession. We had, here's the game stats now. Time of possession, 33 minutes over 26 minutes. The Chiefs, first downs, Chiefs had more yards. Chiefs, passing yards. Chiefs, rushing yards. Went to the Niners. Penalties, went to the Niners. Total yards, went to the Chiefs. So yeah, now that we have a Super Bowl champ, and now that finally in 50 years that Kansas City's a champion, you got your Super Bowl champs. Now Kansas City, let somebody else win a championship. Who's ever win a championship, you know? So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully Tom Brady can go to the well, you know, I mean, we'll see where it goes, but sorry, you know, if you get the new champion, let's go next year's new champ, which Super Bowl 55 will be in Tampa Bay, live on CBS, and hopefully the Denver Broncos get better, where they could compete with the champion, with the Super Bowl champs, Chiefs, and go after them and knock the Chiefs out and get the division back. And this is where I think John Elway's going to have his off seasons. They have a long time, so don't around your luck. So now that's Super Bowl over with. It's been a fun season, a fun ride. A lot of up and downs. The comeback Kings came back and won. So yeah. So I mean, that's one thing about it. You can't have a lead. If you have a lead on the Kansas City Chiefs, you know they're going to come back and win the game. So they did that. So now we look ahead. So that football is over with in the NFL. We turn to the XFL coming here this weekend. I'm really, really excited. So I should preview the XFL games. So now we talked to Super Bowl. But one last note on the Super Bowl, the halftime show was the greatest. One of the greats, J-Lo and Shakira, shaking hips and shaking booty. Man, that was awesome. I mean, Shakira being 43 and J-Lo still being 50. And J-Lo getting on the pole. She knows she still rocks it, and some people were offended and probably didn't like that. But you know what? She looks good for herself at her age 50. How many 50-year-olds can pull off and do pole dancing? I mean, there's some, but come on, pole dancing doesn't have to be sexual all the time. You know, it could be a little exercise. So that's my motive thing on that. Is these people who think the halftime show is stupid, you're dumb. You're just haters. But you know, we say haters are going to hate, and at the end of the day, haters are just sucky people. So now let's get ready for your transition to the XFL. While we will be doing XFL on the shows, we got the Nuggets who lost to the Pistons yesterday, but they go back at against the Portland Trail Blazers tomorrow. The Colorado Avalanche will be back tomorrow as they're still on the road trip. They lost Saturday night in Philadelphia. So we look at here at the XFL schedule and matchups and dates, you know. And so, I mean, the thing about the XFL is they can't compete with the NFL. I mean, I'm sorry to say that you cannot go after the NFL. Do not try to compete with the NFL because that's how you're going to lose the XFL again. If the XFL is going to be great, they need to do their own thing because it's more football. And if the XFL does good, maybe they can send more teams where right here Denver could get a team, or maybe Colorado Springs or something like that, you know. But I think Denver should get too. I mean, I think us Denver fans and would like to see another football team playing in the spring and go and just go and watch the XFL football, more football. So you take a look here at the teams that we have. We have Seattle, we've got LA, we've got Houston, we've got Tampa, we've got New York, we've got St. Louis, we've got Dallas, we've got I said Seattle, we have a Seattle team. So first schedule is this. It all kicks out Saturday here at 12 o'clock with Seattle at DC on ABC, followed by the nightcap LA versus Houston. On Sunday, we have Tampa Bay versus New York, and we have St. Louis versus Dallas. That is different. This week I'm steady up on the XFL, the teams. I'll preview, recap some of the games, who I like. I'm going to go for Tampa Bay this year. I think if Tampa Bay has a good squad, I think they'll take the XFL. So we will preview the opening week. We have 10 weeks, so this will be ending. The championship game is Sunday, April 26th. They do have games on WrestleMania. Tampa Bay, of course, is out of town because of WrestleMania, going to be in their stadium. So opening week is going to be looking really fun. I'm excited for the XFL. I hope you guys are too. More football. That's all we all want is more football, so we don't have a football withdrawal. And we don't want a football withdrawal because it sucks, because then you have to wait up until August or July and August and then September really, and we want to wait 6 months and more football. So I'm glad there's more football. Go Vince McMahon. I mean, I was reading a thing that he could lose more money, but how could you lose money if people are going to the games and paying merchandise and paying concessions and watching TV? So if people tune in, then we will be watching, and the XFL can do good. So the games will be on ABC, Fox, and ESPN. ESPN will get ABC, FSN, those guys. We'll be having that. But I don't know, I'm ready for the XFL. Let's kick it going. Recap here, WWE, Monday Night Raw. I'll talk WWE talk here Wednesday. We'll have Javon come back on because, he has got another round. We've got 2 minutes left. Just follow up. The Nuggets went in Detroit and had them, but you played to their competition after beating the Bucks on Friday. A really great Bucks team. Best of the I say number one in the NBA right now for rankings. And you went there and beat them, but then you go into Detroit and just played the competition. Detroit beat you. So the Nuggets are back at it. Tomorrow, as they face Carmelo Anthony, returns to town again to face his own against the Trailblazers. The Avalanche. Colorado Avalanche again are back. Like I said, they're on the road. They're in Buffalo, so they need to come out and spank Buffalo. They got to beat them, spank them, because you just got to get on a win streak to win the division and be hopefully the number one playoffs team and come up in the playoffs. So that's the look of the wrap on here for the Avs and Nuggets. Just to keep on winning, guys. You got to get on a hot streak where we can have a party at Pepsi. And I would love to have a party at Pepsi Center this summer with both the Avalanche and Nuggets winning their championships. We take a look at the Nuggets schedule. Again, I said they have the Pistons, and then they're back on the road against the Jazz. They beat the Jazz last Thursday. So if they can go in there and beat them, you just gotta get on. You gotta get on one streak. February 12th at 8 p.m. is when the Lakers come back in town. So you really want to be up to their level and really get on a hot streak here, where you can, when the Lakers come to town, you battle for first place. Surprising the Thunder. coming up this week, I think is 6. Yeah, we have the NBA trade deadline, so we will do a very special episode of the trade deadline, and we will recap to see if the Nuggets made any moves to make their team stronger. But anyways, signing off. Talk to you later. Talk to you guys Wednesday. Have a good night and have a good week.